All right, so I wanted to do a pretty quick episode here because I had this thought, and my thought was this: what is up with the lack of colleges here in Utah? Men's basketball programs in Utah, and so, or maybe it's normal. I wasn't sure. So AJ just finished up a couple of camps. Um, he did a few visits and tours, whatever. And I was like, man, there's just not. It seems like relative to other states, there's not a lot of opportunities in Utah for Utah high school basketball players. Obviously, there are opportunities. It's just it seemed to me that relative to other states, there may not be a lot. And so, of course, I went to Google Gemini and I created a web app. Now, this is directionally true, though not 100% accurate. But I'm going to pull it up here if you're watching this. If not, I'll try to kind of talk through it. But I created this. It's men's college basketball program density. And so what it is, you can come in here and select the state, and it will tell you the population relative to the number of men's programs in the state. And you could go through here and look, for example, this is why I know the data isn't 100% accurate. But if you were to look at national JUCOs, it says that there are two. When we know for sure we've got Snow, USU Eastern, and Salt Lake Community College. So but again, the grand total is pretty close. It accumulated all the data for all the states, and you can see here the rank. Utah is 47th out of 51 because this includes the District of Columbia. 47th on amount of schools per population. And if you look at the states that are around us, Nevada, 50th, Colorado, 46th, California, 48th, Idaho was like 39th. But then you go up here to number one, Kansas, Iowa, South Dakota, North Dakota, Mississippi. It's kind of wild. And I think that this is also what feeds into a little bit of I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. What feeds into a little bit of our lack of knowledge here in the state is, for example, there's not a single Division III school in the state of Utah. No Division III school here. You go to the East Coast, hundreds, thousands, maybe. I don't know. There's a ton of Division III schools. NAIA, 0 NAIA schools in the state of Utah. Go to the Midwest, go to Kansas, go to Iowa, right? Like there's a ton of NAIA schools there. Smaller junior colleges, not really existent here. We have one Division II school in Westminster. And it's not like there is a ton more in Colorado. There are, there's a couple of D2 schools there, but it just doesn't seem like the options are there. And so it's tricky because, number one, by and large, people outside of Utah think a certain way about Utah. Good basketball players, they play the right way. But the assumption is that everyone's going to graduate, boys basketball, everyone's going to graduate, and they're going to go on a 2-year mission. That's the assumption. Obviously, it's not accurate. Not everybody does that, but that's the assumption. So you combine this weird mix of not a lot of colleges here or in the surrounding states relative to the amount of people that are here, coupled with the fact that there's not a lot of attention that is paid to flying to Utah to come here to watch either high school games or whatever it is. And I think that there's something there in terms of parents and players may be thinking like, well, I have to go Division 1. That would make sense if you grew up here, because every program that kids grow up watching is a Division 1 program. Weber State, University of Utah, UVU, SUU, BYU, Utah Tech. I probably missed one in there. But these are the schools that kids watch. And there's no camps. Like if you want to go to a camp, they're pretty much all Division 1 camps that you would go to in the state. You have to travel outside of the state to go see an NAIA school, or outside of the Westminster camp, which just happened this weekend, a Division 2 school. You got to go outside. So this is going to feed our knowledge as a state. And I don't know what the answer is, by the way. I'm not saying like, oh, we need more colleges here. Certainly that could be helpful, more basketball programs here. I think it would support it because basketball is so big in the state. I would say that basketball is as big with youth here as it is in other states that are similarly sized in terms of population. Like, is basketball bigger in Kansas? Yes, I know. They have the Jayhawks, right? But in youth sports, like basketball is a massive deal. There is a court in every indoor court on every corner, and you know somebody who has keys pretty much in the state of Utah. It is a huge sport here. I don't know if that's the answer though. It's just like put more colleges here, invest in more, higher education certainly would be great. But I think one thing that can happen is this for parents specifically, and I'm going to keep this short and wrap this up. So again, under 10 minutes here. But for parents, it would be this: educate yourself on the fact that there are other divisions of basketball that exist, but if you want your kid to play in any of those divisions, you have to go. And it may not be through AAU, because it's hard to figure out like where the NAIA D3, D2 coaches. You have to go in terms of you have to get out there, you have to your kid has to get out there. You have to travel outside of Utah to go see these campuses. You have to travel outside of your own comfort level, which is you have to create content, you have to reach out to coaches, you have to be vulnerable, and that's hard for people. But the only way I think that your kid is going to get recruited to these schools that are outside of the state is by going and getting it. It's not going to happen by accident. It's just not. And it's not going to happen because you're on the right AAU program. It can help, but it's not just going to happen there. I just cannot state that, like, you have to be proactive. Number one, educate yourself on what's out there. Educate yourself on the level of play. Like, the NWAC is not a settle option for 99% of the players. The NWAC is a great option. Just because there's not a school here doesn't mean it's not a great option. Right? The NWAC is the Northwest Athletic. It's junior college basketball in the Pacific Northwest. The D3 schools in California would be a tremendous option for the NAIA schools in the Midwest could be a tremendous option. But you have to know about them. You have to research them. You have to reach out. You have to be proactive. And that's very difficult. I've just realized this recently. Maybe it's like, yeah, of course. It's so hard here in Utah. And the data backs it up. We just don't have as many options as other states. And because of that, you can sit around and complain about it, or you can go do something about it. All right, there's my quick hitter for today. I got to go back to work. See ya.